So
yeah, let's just do it.
Dive in. So I'm Kimberly.
I'm John.
And we're here to kind of just talk about our Beachbody journey and lift more.
Yep, lift more. So why don't we start with you, the person that got us into this?
OG.
Yeah, you're the OG. So,
Okay.
So tell us about how you got into Beachbody and yeah.
So about 4 years ago, I was postpartum with our second son, Camden. And I really wanted to get back in shape just for myself and to feel better about myself and have something that was kind of for me. So I started to do Lift More. Oh, no, not Lift More.
Getting ahead of yourself.
Getting ahead of myself. I started to do Lift 4, which is the first program that I ever did with Beachbody. And Joel is the super trainer of that program. And that really just kickstarted my journey with fitness and morning routine and my lifestyle that we've had since then. So that was about 4 years ago. And ever since then, we've done over a handful of programs. And
there's one right here.
Yeah.
We did last year. I guess it pretty much coincided with having a baby.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because Camden's 4 going on 5. So you've been doing this for 4 years.
Yep. And then the beginning of 2021 was the year that, 2022. I missed a whole year of life.
Yep.
This year.
That's that pandemic thing.
Yeah,
where you
like 21. I'm like, no. 2022, you started working out with me every morning, and we've done about 3 or 4 programs together.
We did 3 this year,
for
sure. And is that really 3 dedicated together.
3 full programs together. I was really, really excited when you did Lift 4 with me because, I've done it now about 4 or 5 times through. So to have you do it with me was really, really cool. And when we got the announcement that Lift More was coming out, I was so pumped because I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be great. We're going to love it.
I'm losing my focus because the producer keeps bumping into the camera.
Okay, producer Jalen, can you back up a little? Thank you.
His mouth and you can talk.
It's the 4th wall. But yeah, so I was really excited for you to do Lift 4 with me. And then I think at one of the super weekends, they were talking about a new program coming out, and it was Lift More. And I was like, oh, yes, being postpartum with Harrison, I feel like it's been a little tougher to get back in the swing of things. I've done a couple programs, obviously, since then, but was really, really looking forward to having something that was going to motivate me. And so it was really cool to have Lift More and yeah.
Yeah. And Lift More is definitely more for sure. But we'll get into that because there's some questions.
Yeah.
We have all of our millions of listeners. We got about three solid questions.
Millions of listeners. Yeah. No, but I think the biggest part of this is to document it for ourselves, I obviously just want to do this so that we have these memories and, documentation of where we've been. So,
yeah. All right. So, man, let's talk about Lift More.
Okay.
So, definitely for me. So it was a thing that we always kind of assumed that our producer is amazing. I don't know any producer that just moves around metal chairs and pops open a can of soda. And anyway, I don't get a picture of our producer because he's just incorporated.
We're gonna put it right here.
All right, so it was always something to where I thought it would be difficult for us to do a workout plan together in the middle of wedding season because we've always. Whenever we did something together in terms of working out, it was always kind of off-season weddings, which is January to March, maybe April. And this time I was just kind of really wanting to do it during wedding season. But the problem is editing. When you do weddings, You're gone on Saturdays, which is it's kind of, you get used to that. But then one thing people forget about is Monday through Friday, I edit after work. So, you wake up, go to work, come home, and then you're editing every day because weddings, especially wedding video, takes a little while and it's very meticulous. So the only answer to us working out together was waking up early in the morning. And that's something she always did anyway, because like I used to always just be in bed and she'd wake up and get up and I'd be like sitting there like, oh man, here she is getting up, being just an amazing woman, mother, professional. And she's getting up every morning. I'd be in bed just somewhat sleeping in. And I decided to get up with you. Mm-hmm. And even this year, you had to get up even earlier. Mm-hmm. So what time do we have to get up?
Well, the first alarm goes off at 4.
Second one's at 4:30.
And if you're not up by 4:30, then we're behind time. Yeah. So
it's like you go to sleep, bam, the alarm's going off.
So that 4:30 alarm, we 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're out of bed. Mm-hmm. Put your workout clothes on. I come downstairs. Get my lunch ready for the day, which is another part of kind of what we've been doing, but we can talk about that in a little bit of just like meal prep and things like that. But put my lunch in my lunchbox, get our shoes on, and then we're starting play by at the latest 4:45 at the latest.
Yeah, for sure. And then Lift More, we talked about is more. So Lift 4 was like 30, 35 minutes. Lift More is 45 minutes, 40 to 45, which goes by like really quickly, but it's still 45 minutes. So it's really important to get up because at first, when we first started Lift More, we were doing, I think what was like 5 or 5:30. And then school year came around and, she got to get ready. She got to get her hair done, makeup, all that stuff. I could just jump out of bed. She can't do that.
Yeah.
And because of that,
but I choose not to.
But we got to get up even earlier, which is cool. You end up with a lot more time in your day. But 4:30, 4:45.
Yep.
Hit the workout. After that, take a shower, get the kids ready. And it really sets you up though, because after you get off of work, for me, I can edit without having to feel like I need to rush and get a workout in or feeling like a failure because I didn't get a workout in.
And for me, it's like, it's really impossible because once the kids are up, you lose kind of that just being able to go and kind of do at your own pace. You're stopping, fix snacks, fix meals, get something to drink, find an activity for them to do, and you're losing that time or it's chopped up and you don't feel like you're getting as good of a workout in if you're having to pause or break or things like that. So for me, the morning is the time and it sets my routine and my pace. I think there was one day, maybe 1 or 2 days in this program that we couldn't work out.
Our assistant producer just came downstairs.
Yeah, the kid that we were talking about that makes you pause.
Intern, don't grab no.
But
Oh my God. All right.
Okay,
on,
Camden.
You're gonna lose your internship if you don't stop this. Go upstairs.
So there was like 2 days that we didn't work out in the morning. One was I remember we woke up and there was no power in the house.
Oh yeah.
And there was
bills.
And that really like threw me off. Like my morning routine falls around being able to wake up and work out. And so just having that kind of change in routine really changes things up. But
it's a benefit. Like you have a crazy edge, and it's not rocket science. I don't think we're the first people to figure out that waking up early gives you an edge, but it really does. Like it's legitimately, you're gonna be sharper. You'll be able to tackle your workload better. You'll be ahead of the game. I mean, when people are just waking up and getting into the office, I mean, your mind is already in full gear and greased up. So, I mean, it's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
And honestly, that answers like the 2 questions that we had. Well, there's a third one, but the 2 questions, well, shoot, there's the third question got answered too. But we'll start with the first 2. The first 2 questions were, how do you manage working out together with, family, kids, these crazy executive producers that we have that you might have seen, and then work-life balance. And the answer to that is simply get up at 4:30 in the morning, get the workout done. And it's crazy because I'm telling you right now, there's never a moment, and you think to yourself, there's never a moment where you're like, man, I just want to get out of bed. I'm ready to get out of bed. There's never that moment. You're going to be tired and kind of cranky, whether it's 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, or 7:30. So you have a choice to make pretty much like, am I just going to get my butt out of bed which for that first week or two, you're going to have to really talk to yourself about that. But you're going to wait. If you sit it out and skip that workout in the morning, you're still going to be cranky at 7:30, 6:30. So why not just get up at 4:30? And that's the secret to it, you know? And those...
Set or make a routine.
Yeah.
Once you have a routine, then you don't even want to break it because it's your norm.
And just breaking all the producer rules, putting glasses down on the table. It's probably not even coming through. But maybe it is. And the third question was, how long is it? Like, how many weeks? How long is it per workout? So I guess we can rehash that.
Yep. So it's 8 weeks, and it's 5 days a week. So that one of the other questions was, how is it different than Lift 4? And Lift 4 was 4 days a week. You had Wednesdays as an active rest day. But this program is Monday through Friday, or 5 days. You can choose how you would like to do it, but we did it Monday through Friday. And you have 2 leg days, which was one of the biggest things. Like,
because what is it called? More legs or something?
Yeah, legs and then more legs. So 2 leg days in the program, which you definitely feel. And then the way that the body parts are grouped up is different, but I really liked that.
Yeah, because it's like there's HIIT. One day is HIIT, and then the next day is like a burnout. But hey, I mean, for me, when it comes to a workout, you just roll through it. Like whatever the next lift is, you do that lift. You know, whatever the next workout is, you do that, and you just get through it. You know, that 45 minutes goes by very quickly.
It does.
And another thing that's different, too, about this one, and you might be able to see it in the background, is you have to, it's recommended to get incline benches. And we got a couple off Amazon that were pretty cheap. And, I mean, most of your workouts are off of that. You're either going to use them for actual incline bench press, regular flat bench press. There's some workouts where you kind of leverage the top of it. There's military presses, so definitely
use it for HIIT too. Which I think is something that's important to note, is using it for HIIT, because some of it helps it to be a little bit lower impact, which is nice. So I would say that, you know, there's modifying in the weight sizes that you use, which I do want to talk about weight size selection too, but you can definitely modify based off of the weight sizes that you use.
So what are the weights that you need?
So when I did Lift 4 for the first time, the only free weights that we had in our house were 8-pound weights. And so I did the whole program with 8-pound weights and felt it, got major results, and that was great. Then I did it again, and I got 10-pound weights and did the whole program with 10-pound weights. But, you know, that was 4 years ago, and I think as you prove yourself that this is something you're going to do, you invest more. And I don't know if you guys know anything about free weights, but they are expensive.
Why?
Like, legitimately so expensive. So expensive.
Weight should be so cheap.
Yeah. So like that's one of the things. Like, okay, if you're committing to this, you're getting these weights, you're going to have to really commit because they're expensive. So in the last 4 years, our weight selection has really, we have gotten more weights. I think we'll put a picture right here of our weight selection somewhere right here. But we have invested in weights, so it was exciting today not today, but in this program, because we have 2s, which I did have to use.
Yeah, because you do the little warm-ups sometimes.
And sometimes on shoulders, I was using 2s.
Yeah, for sure. 5s.
We have 2s, 5s, 6, 8s, 9s, 10s, 12s, 15, 20, 30, 30s, and 50. 50s. And what did I do on
the last
Thursday?
Day.
Yeah, the last leg day.
She picked up them 50s.
I didn't just pick it up. I did all 3 sets of the reps with it. I think it was sumo squats. But yeah, so...
And it's cool, too, because I bought those 50s like a year ago.
Yep.
And honestly, that was, even before Lift More for Lift 4, having those 50s really helped me kind of want to do it more because I needed some more weight. like to push me for the bench press and stuff like that. And I mean, first of all, you can get a great workout without heavy weight. But as a dude, it's nice to have some heavies, when you need it.
Ego booster.
It's not an ego thing. It's
an
just
ego booster.
You're just used to it. Especially I played football in high school, and everything was kind of 45s, 90, 135. So having a 50s is just, maybe it is a male thing. I think it's a male and female thing, but sometimes you really want to feel your muscles just working, and the 50s does that.
Yeah, so that was exciting to be able to, I've been able to pick up a 50, but actually to use it and use it appropriately was nice. There was a couple other times that, you hear Joel, he's like encouraging the lifters, which he calls it, the cast members that are at home working out. He's encouraging them to go up in weights. And one time, actually, John encouraged me to go up in weights. He was like, I know that you can do heavier than this. And I think it was like a bench press workout. But it's nice to know like that you can go up in it. And one of the things you'll always hear Joel say is that you can go up and then you can go down. Like, don't feel like you have to stay there. If you have to drop a set, that's fine.
Yeah, because you got to focus on your form. Yeah. You don't want to be like shrugging and
not working the muscle that you're actually supposed to be working.
Injuring yourself.
Yep. Yeah. So.
But all right, so we're kind of running out of time here. Okay. So what about sacrifices? Because I know I made a really big sacrifice for this workout plan. Did you make any sacrifices?
I would say just because I'm all about seeing results, and I've worked out every single day for most of the last 4 years. I mean, with minor days off and stuff, but even throughout my pregnancy with Harrison, I worked out most days. But the biggest sacrifice that I've made just in dialing it back in is really getting meal plan approved, really making sure I'm watching what I'm eating.
You have a chef? Who's your chef?
I wonder who's your chef.
How did you accomplish this meal prepping? No, I'm just...
Yeah, him. It was him. It was all him. But really just focusing in on that and, saying no to different things.
But it's, it's cool though, because by meal prepping, that ended up saving me more editing time, because that way the food's cooked.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So after work, it's no big deal.
Yep. So I would say that was my biggest thing. That was just making sure that I was, doing what I need to, especially like you said, I started the school year on this. Mm-hmm. And if anyone knows anything about a start of school year is you're getting goodies, you're getting meals, you're getting free things, and just knowing like, oh, I can't necessarily have all of these things, or I can, but I need to know how to like have that mindset to be able to tone it back in. And so that was my biggest sacrifice. What was yours?
My sacrifice. So I didn't do any drinks, no beer, no alcohol for 8 weeks. Mm-hmm. And it was hard, I ain't gonna lie, because it's not like, as an adult, you can have a drink whenever you want, whether it's a little bit of a drink or a lot of drink. I didn't drink anything for 8 weeks. So, and I did that because I wanted to make sure that I locked in some results. Because, I mean, obviously a workout plan is important. Diet is probably even more important. And a big part of your diet is what you put into your body, obviously. So, 8 weeks, it was pretty tough, because like you have a rough week at work or just a stressful week at work. You get home on Friday and there's a timer. We got that's our 5-minute timer. Okay. So, rough week at work, and I mean, you just want to, have a drink and relax, but couldn't do that. Mm-hmm. So, it was great. I think it helped get some more results, though, because there's no question that alcohol, it's not the greatest thing for your body, and it's not the greatest thing to get results. So, yeah, I mean, it was nice to be able to do that and really show yourself that you could do that, too. It's just a confidence thing.
Yeah, I think it's more of the mental mindset of it, of making that, a goal and accomplishing it. So 8 weeks of workout, 8 weeks of meal plan, 8 weeks of no alcohol, like having those things like to check off, kind of like with the 75 hard of like, you're going to do this every day. You're going to do this every day. Just having that check off list.
And the best part about Lift More and just working out, your clothes fit better. Like that is the best part about it. And
I had something else.
You what?
I was just going to say that extra time that we get to spend together. We don't get that much time together alone, because
that's another low-key incentive. Like back to the question where people were asking, how do you do it with your kids? How do you do it with work? that's more incentive to get up. I mean, you literally get quiet time with your partner.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling getting quiet time, I mean, besides the working out, just waking up early and having a couple hours with no emails, no text messages, you know, not even watching TV, you know, just focus
that
on
time,
something.
and having and looking forward to it. And I would say, like, just to kind of put it out there, that's like another sacrifice for me because that was my alone time that I welcomed you into. But I'm really thankful for it. I mean, you gotta.
I thought you enjoyed this. Okay, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Making sure that you actually get up. You know, I only had to fuss at him one time. Mm-hmm. And I used to say, I'm getting up and I'm working out with or without you. Only had to do it once.
So I think we're out of time.
Out of time. I'm Kimberly.
I'm John. We don't have a name for this, but we'll figure it out. It's supposed to be a one-off, but you know, I don't know.
We'll see which of you guys like it or not. We'll see.
All right.
All right. Bye.